All right. Welcome back, welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the Gap, Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show, here to help you to be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decision. I am your humble host, Brian the Amigo Baldwin. And finally, after 2 episodes, which felt like 2 centuries to me, by myself, Connor, the Gut Marshal, is back.
What is up, party people? I was doing really cool shit, but I'm back and I'm here to help Brian go over fantasy football advice and implications, and hopefully not everyone is injured at this point.
That's funny. Yeah, you cut out, so I didn't get to hear the punchline. Yeah, I just got to...
I said hopefully not everyone is injured at this point.
Oh. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't laugh.
We're getting there.
Yeah, it's now the 160th show, October 10th. Yeah, in this hopeful year of our Lord. And man, great show today. Yeah, on 10-10-2-3. Yeah, crazy, right? 10-10-2-3. Yeah, today we'll be talking about some news. Got some Merry Early Christmas, of course, unfortunately. We'll be this is a Waiver Wire show, so we'll be talking about some Waiver Wire pickups. And, of course, we're also going to do the start sit for Thursday night, for the Thursday night game. But real quick, we're only one day off from it. Monday Night Football, man. What did you think about the game between the Packers of Green Bay and the Raiders of Las Vegas?
I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the game, but I was watching it closely on my phone while I was playing Call of Duty. And, I was pretty anti-Jordan Love all year. And then he started the year off proving me wrong. But he proved me right on Monday night. He was not doing what he needed to do. I know you had Dobbs. Mm-hmm. And Dobbs didn't do shit, which was pretty annoying. My buddy Alec, Mudboy, and Sam, he also had Dobbs in another league. And Dobbs didn't do shit for him either. And he lost because of it. So
yeah, well, I didn't lose because
a lot of people were upset.
I didn't lose. I lost on Thursday night.
Yes.
So no.
You lost because of DJ Moore and Josh Allen.
Yeah. Well, to name just a couple of hitmen. There was more. It was a gang. It was. It was not just 2 people, man. No. It's amazing that I can still sit down. From all the spanking I got. He was focusing on Christian Watson. Yeah, because his playing time increased, and that's what I of course, like you were saying, Connor, I am a Romeo Dobbs manager. Okay, so you always want the targets to go to your guy, but it just 1 and 1 equals 2. I mean, he was targeting Watson a lot. They lost. You target Romeo Dobbs a lot, you win. I mean, it's 1 and 1 equals 2, man. I understand that you want to get him involved, and yes, things. It didn't hit. Maybe what it was, Connor. Maybe it's just that they haven't gelled yet. That because there was some times whenever Watson would get behind the defense and Love would overthrow him, or it just wasn't or too short, or just, it was not a good throw. Those times like that. But with Romeo Dobbs, he was the guy that he was looking for all the time. I saw him running some wacky routes. I mean, that was the one thing that I took away from this on Romeo Dobbs, is that I just saw him like run like weird out patterns. It was just weird. Okay, just weird. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's probably Matt LaFleur, if anything.
Yeah, but what you asked for in your wide receivers, you do want targets, absolutely, but you can't control that. But what data you can?
Yeah, but everyone thought against Las Vegas.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's a cream puff defense. We've all been starting our players against them, run or pass all year. So it was very disappointing for people who were expecting, scoring.
And Dobbs still. He was in for all but 8 snaps, which led all wide receivers. He ran the most routes of the wide receivers. Just got only 3 targets. Watson got 7. So Is this the way it's going to be, man? Like with Watson back, if you're a Dobbs manager, is it time to? Well, you can't sell him. He only got like 2 points. So what do you do if you're a Dobbs manager?
I would look for a contingency plan, and if you had someone like I don't know, a Jacoby Myers, I would roll with them instead. Uh, I mean, it's only one bad game, but the problem is this is Christian Watson's first time kind of being healthy, so presumably this could be what happens from now on. So, honestly, I would probably sit Dobbs the next game, and I would want to wait and see.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's basically it's a restart. Something has changed. Okay, so the whole like biology, the atmosphere of the team is different, and so
yeah, the team underwent cellular regeneration. They shedded their skin, they molted.
Well, whatever you want to call it, it's all the chemistry has changed. Something's different now. So yeah, I mean, you don't drop Dobbs. I mean, you just put him on the bench, and like Connor was saying, I believe they play against. I want to say they play against. Might be the Bears. I don't know. I might be talking out of turn on that one.
I don't think they play the Bears next. What I was just gonna say, because you said don't drop them, I think that's a great idea. We've now reached the middle of the season, so
not yet.
We're entering the middle of the season, and for fantasy football.
Okay, yeah,
because it's like a 16-week season, so really week 8. But
okay.
we're nearing it. We just had week 5, right?
Yeah.
So we're entering week 6.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you get tilted and a guy's not doing good, you want to drop him because you look at his ugly face and he's not getting you the points you want. You're like, fuck that guy. I want to pick up the new hotness, the flavor of the week, and that's not the move at this point in the season because there's really slim pickings on the waiver. So most likely what's going to happen is, let's say you drop Dobbs, you're going to drop him for something stupid, and then someone else is going to pick up Dobbs, and then you're going to have to watch him do good on their team.
Okay, do this, man. Write it down somewhere, like on a sticky note. Okay, when we start talking waiver wires, I want to talk about. Would you drop Romeo Dobbs for? Well, I mean, dude, the top waiver wire guy. Well, you know what? Again,
I'm writing it down. Would you drop Dobbs for X?
Just X, right? Yeah. Just do that.
We're doing algebra, bitches.
Luke Musgrave, man, he was temporarily benched. Yeah, how about that, dude? I mean, that was supposed to be the big breakout guy. Yeah, he played all 8 snaps on the Packers' first drive, missed the following 9 offensive plays. So it was backup tight end Josiah DeGora and Ben Sims. They're the ones with the reception. Yeah, and they're the ones who are pushing everything. So, it's just, how do you look at that? I mean, he returned. He did return, but he was benched for a little bit to try to teach him a lesson. So is that just, if you're a Luke Musgrave manager, do you freak out about that or just keep going?
Yeah, I would just keep going. I mean, if you have him, you've already punted at tight end at this point. So is there really anything that much better on the waivers?
Yeah, AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon looked like old AJ Dillon. They kept calling him Quadzilla. Yeah, man. I mean, he did really, really well. Playing for Aaron Jones. Now, one thing that I do want to go ahead, since I'm here, okay, go ahead and talk about this. That if you're an Aaron Jones manager, don't freak out right now. Okay, I mean, think about it. It's like he was ready to go. Okay, like he was iffy about being ready to go this week, and then they have the bye week next week. Why would they play him? This past week. I mean, it didn't make sense. So I expect AJ Dillon to go back to being a wet fart. On week 7, and Aaron Jones being the dude. So yeah, And I think that's all we need to put in the air on. And does anything how about Devontae Adams on 4 targets? 2 catches.
Well, he was less than 100%.
Yeah. But trying to play against his own old team, he just couldn't do it. Jordan Love, you're not a fan, but I'm not worried about Jordan Love. I wouldn't start him, of course. I would go ahead and how about this? Would you start Jordan Love over Trevor Lawrence?
Hell no.
Hell no. Okay. All right. Yeah, especially since Trevor Lawrence came back. That was a bad. How about
you know that scene from Office Space where the guy's like, no, hell no, man. Where I'm from, you get your ass kicked for saying something like that.
Somebody has a case of the Mondays. Yeah. Okay. How about Mac Jones? Would you start Jordan Love over?
See previous answer.
You would put Mac Jones over Jordan Love.
Oh, no. I thought you said Mac Jones or
Jordan Love.
Trevor Lawrence.
No.
God. I mean, shit. Jordan Love's bad, but at least his team isn't actively letting him get bullied by the other team.
Okay, I found the line. Okay, cool. All right,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Jordan Love isn't getting benched.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, he had a pretty good.
That's his nickname.
Yeah, Jacobs. Yeah. That's 4 yards per carry in all 5 games. He was under 4 yards per carry in just 6 of 17 games last year.
But he still made me lose my game.
Yeah.
So you know what? Good for you.
Yeah. No. I'm right there with you. But
no, yeah, I was talking to Josh.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to some Christmas. Yeah, get that going.
That Christmas content. And it is
This is me delaying time, buying time. Yeah. Okay.
This music is playing. I got my shot.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So let's do some Merry Early Christmas. This is when I found that it's just it's easier to hear bad news in a nice way. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas to a player's manager, and then Connor will get it because this one is really simple.
They're actually all really hard. I'm just really smart, and I've never gotten a single one wrong.
Merry Early Christmas. Raheem Mostert.
Devon H.N.
Well, pour one out. Icarus flew too close to the sun. Yes.
He scored too many touchdowns, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The body can only, score so many before it gets injured.
Yeah, well, he has, now he had a history in A&M of having injuries, but none of them were, knee injuries. So knee injuries are kind of new to him. There were different ones, like foot, I think a wrist or something, but not knee, okay? So
thankfully, none of those are sticky, so I don't think he's out for the year or anything.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to hold him back. I think he's going to take his time off. He's going to come back. He's going to be fast. He's going to score another, 27 touchdowns in 2 quarters, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to use him. Whenever
I don't think they need to.
Whenever he comes back, I think it's going to be he's going to go in there. He's going to score his points. And then, he's going to exit stage left, because they're not going to want him to be hurt because they are a playoff bound right now. That's what they look like. And you need this guy for the playoffs. So they're going to let him sit until he's absolutely healed. And then when they play him, you can see them not pushing it too hard, but watch, I'll be wrong anyway. I've been wrong about so many things this year.
That's true.
Yeah. But it seems like that's what it could happen. In the meantime, Raheem Mostert, this is your reprieve, Mostert managers. Just relax, okay, and enjoy it, and then
and trade him for Miles Sanders.
No, boo, bad advice. No, but I'm with Connor. How long do you think he's gonna be out, Connor?
4 weeks.
That's about right, about a month. Which is, if you're, again, a Raheem Mostert manager, if you could use that to 4 wins, and I'm sure you're probably being in a bad spot. You need those 4 wins. All right, moving on. Merry Early Christmas, Jordan Addison.
Justin Jefferson suffered a hamstring injury in Sunday's games, and you know what? man, fucking bottom man. Shot.
Yeah, dude.
If you're a Justin Jefferson manager right now, shit sucks, dude.
Yeah. Because basically, the recovery timetable, Connor, has not been determined yet. Meaning he could potentially be out longer than just the 4 weeks. And these are hamstrings.
The Viking season is already over.
Yeah. I mean, okay, Jordan.
It's done. What are they gonna do?
Right. This is very important. This is very important for us to talk about this, and let's point this out really quick. Connor just said something that's really, really important. He says that the Viking season is done. Okay, so with that in mind, of course, I mean, dude, the blaring question. I mean, it's not too hard to deep in. It's very low hanging fruit. Kirk Cousins, last year of his contract, has a no trade clause, so he can determine where he goes. All right. They've already said they're not going to try to sign him again. Caleb Williams, the hot prospect out of USC, quarterback. He was the quarterback for Jordan Addison in college. Okay, so I mean, could you imagine him coming into the Vikings? Then you have a healthy Jefferson plus a Jordan Addison who he already has a connection with. I mean, dude, that's
Hawkinson.
And Hawkinson, right? Yeah. So that seems like that should be the focal point. But the Vikings aren't known for doing stuff like this. They're known for sticking to it and never giving up hope and always fight.
They historically have almost always made the wrong decision from a general manager ownership standpoint.
Yeah, exactly right. And
they're the team that was on the wrong side of the historically worst trade in all of football history, right? The one where they traded like an entire draft class for Herschel Walker or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, and that wasn't.
Yeah, so they will make the wrong decision.
Well, we'll see. That should be the decision that they make. There's only I've seen so many names thrown. Not so many, but I've seen ridiculous names like Atlanta. Atlanta's not going to trade for him. I think they're happy with Ritter after last week. And then, but
fuck Ritter, fuck the Falcons.
Yeah, the two places that I think that makes sense to where they would land, and there's two places that I think they actually. No, two. Yeah, two. Which is one, the first one, which is the least likely, and probably the one that couldn't use him. That would probably be a waste if he landed there. Would be the New England Patriots, because they need a quarterback. But they're in such.
I think that would be good.
But they're in such a disarray and a mess. So.
I think I agree with you. They're on the downward spiral. I don't think they're gonna make the right decisions. I think they're gonna keep.
Yeah, and they don't want to give up any draft capital. They know that they're just a whisper away from rebuild. I mean, so I think that they probably see value in losing, and they don't want to win at this point. So that leaves the next one, which you already know what it is. Go ahead and say it, Connor.
The New York Jets, and I agree with you. I think this is the obvious landing destination, and I just want to give you credit. I think that the Patriots is actually a really good second destination too, and I think those are the two teams that need a quarterback. And I do want to see Kirk Cousins in a New York Jets uniform. I would love to see him throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson. However, personally, I don't think it's going to happen because I've been reading reports that Aaron Rodgers is trying to come back this year.
Yeah, he is, and that's fine, and that's good. But
it's also probably unlikely.
Extremely unlikely. And you're not, and if you have it, and let's say that he does come back, okay? The way that the team is coming right now, what is he going to come back to? A pile of shit. Okay, just like a team that's in the dumpster, joke of the NFL, and it'd actually be bad for him to come back.
Now, to the Jets' credit, the refs totally bailed the Chiefs out of the Chiefs-Jets game.
Okay, but they are the ones that...
If the Chiefs didn't have the refs and Taylor Swift on their side, they would not have won that game.
Yeah. All right, whatever. Okay, that's conjecture and probably reality because you saw what happened in the Super Bowl. But still, Still,
and in the playoffs against the Bengals.
Still, my point is, a loss is a loss, no matter if the fix is in or not. The point I'm making is that the record will probably not be as such to where it would be a playoff run within their grasp. So why would Aaron Rodgers want to come back to that? All right, so it's better for them to have Cousins come in, and then if Rodgers decides to work his way back, then they'll figure that out when they get there. But they need to get there first, and they're not getting there with Zach Wilson. And so he's just...
No, Zach Wilson, I mean, he's going to be lucky if he gets a backup quarterback role on a different team after this season, well, I feel like.
Yeah, oh yeah. The problem with Zach Wilson was that he's not consistent, and so he breaks your heart. So after that Monday night, heartfelt, what was it, the Braveheart, ending, to win the game, after Rodgers gets
against the Bills.
Yeah, right, yeah. Exactly. I mean, that whole Hollywood ending, you fell in love with Zach Wilson. Maybe he's a chance. And then he shit the bed, right? And then he had the game last week, not this week that we just passed, but the previous one, and you're like, oh, something happened. It all clicked for him.
You know what happened? The Jets pre-jacked. The Jets, no, the Jets were getting all hard. They're getting all excited. Hard knocks was happening. They're all, ooh. And then they were there week 1. They saw Josh Allen. They're like, ah! And they just got it all out in week 1. They've just sucked since.
It sure has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers going down in the 4th snap. You're right.
That's what happened.
No, man. The point I'm making is that Zach Wilson might be a good quarterback in spurts, but he's not going to be something that's going to take a team to a playoffs. And I'm not bringing up something that nobody that has eyes don't know. I mean, you see that.
Yeah, we all know. We all know that he sucks.
It's not a revelation.
Zach Wilson is good at is banging milfs.
Okay. Okay, fine. The thing that point I'm making is that they need to get Kirk Cousins. My hope is that he goes there. It will just reinvigorate the team. If they work out a deal, I don't imagine a reason why he would not waive his no trade clause to come in and be the freaking hero of freaking New York. Okay, I mean, why would he not want to do that? I mean, he would like that. So I think that would be the best thing. But another point I want to make sure before we move on to the next one is KJ Osborne is a really top of the waiver wire, and they're fine. Great speculative ad, right? That's fine. Okay, but I think that Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson are the one that's going to get the gift the most in this situation.
Would you drop Dobbs for Osborne?
No, absolutely not, because here's the thing, all right, is that I don't think that the Packers are going to trade their quarterback. I think Minnesota,
the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers. Yeah, but I think that the Vikings have a chance where they will. Okay, no matter if it's to the Jets or wherever he goes, I think they're going to try to do that because there's going to be too much. Look, there's one thing whenever you have Jefferson going, okay, and you have a strong running game and all that, but the run game is kind of suspect, and then now their big dude is going to be out for 4 maybe more weeks, and they're already in the toilet as it is. So yeah, it just seems like
I agree.
Yeah. So
this message has been brought to you by Garrett Wilson Managers. So Cousins should go to the Jets.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like KJ Osborne, you can pick him up. He's a great ad, but he's a speculative ad. Pick him up, put him on your bench unless you have to use him. If you have to use him, then yes, he's fine to play.
Yeah, but totally pick him up because there's only like a couple ads worth speculativing.
Yeah, but make sure
each week.
But make sure, like Connor said, would you drop Dobbs for him? No, no, I wouldn't do that. And so stay in your shoes, man. Stay in your shoes. I know he's the new hotness, but stay in your shoes. Here's the next new hotness. Merry early Christmas, Emari demercado.
James Conner suffered an injury and is going to be put on IR. He is going to miss at least 4 weeks. I already forgot what his name is, but I know that he's the starting running back for the Arizona Cardinals, and he's the pickup of the week.
Emari demercado. He's not the pickup. Yeah. The pickup of the week is actually, we'll talk about
it. That's a transition.
No, it would be a great transition, but still got more to go.
Shit.
Damn.
Make it a transition.
Yeah, let's remember the pickup of the week. Let's remember that. Let's remember that. No, but he's right.
Would you drop Dobbs for him?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, because because this is what I'm
4-week running back rental.
No, what I meant. Okay, that's one thing to think about. Okay, yes, if everything stays the way it is, he would be technically the lead guy, but they just.
No, I'm just saying, like right now, like let's say you're down bad, you need a running back. You have depth at wide receiver for whatever reason. Whatever reason, Dobbs is expendable.
For 1 week, fine. Yeah, but not for more than 1 week. Because I think that Tony Jones Jr. will be up to speed, and that there's a good chance they'll do running back by committee. Another concern that I have is that if Connor's injury is more severe than what we think, that there's going to be either a signing of a free agent.
Brought in a retread.
Yeah, right, a retread or a trade. So
Jonathan Taylor.
That's gone. Yeah, that's gone. But
Zach Moss, 300 yards.
Dude, it could be. I don't know. I don't think they would do that to Zach. I would think probably, maybe if they decide to blow shit up in New England, like Ramondre would go there. So
you know what Zach Moss is? When you see a car and like all the tires are spare tires, but like the car's somehow still running fine. That's what Zach Moss is.
Dude, he's running. You're talking about something that's puttering along. This guy is going at an elite rate, and that leads us to the next one. Merry early Christmas, Gardner Minshew. That was a good sound.
Gardner Minshew, speaking of Colts. Well, I talked about it on the show. I understand Brian is an Anthony Richardson manager, so I don't want to rub too much salt in the wounds.
Go ahead. I only needed him for last week.
I called it. I Nostradamus that shit, man. I'm the gut, man. I call shit. Listen to me. Bet money because of my sports takes. You will win. Anthony Richardson keeps getting injured. And Gardner Minshew is coming in because of it. Okay. So you're saying that you, like, out of the blue. I called that shit, dude.
Okay. So you my reason why I'm laughing is because you're talking as if like he's never been had a problem, never he's come in completely healthy, never has had any problems at all. Okay, and dude, I mean, look at his fucking look
Anthony Richardson.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
well, obviously, I knew that. That's why when the season started, I started saying that because I'm a devout analyst, and I always do my research, and I go into injury history dating all the way back to middle school football. No one knows middle school football stats like Connor the Gut Marshall, bro. All right, I go deep on my reads.
You go deep on something. Okay, all right, man. But yeah, man. He's Anthony Richardson is done for a while, for some time. I don't think he's put on IR yet, but it's only a matter of time.
In all seriousness, he was the most physical out of the 3 rookie quarterbacks that were taken, like back to back, right? So that's why I was the most bullish on being like, no, he's injury prone, because it's like Young and Stroud, they're pocket passer guys. But Richardson, he's like Lamar Jackson. He puts his body on the line like every play. Like, bro, it's only a matter of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's right now. They said it's a grade 3 sprain, but they haven't released anything. They haven't confirmed that. I haven't seen a confirmation. I just said that that's what they think it is. And just to give you an idea, there's 6 grades of an AC joint sprain. All right, and the first one is it's just the stretching of the ligament. that connects the like the clavicle to the shoulder, right? The grade 2 is the tear, like a slight tear of that ligament. Grade 3 is completely torn. The ligament's completely torn, and the arm is not stable at all. And then grade 4, it's pulled apart, and then it gets nastier from that point. So point is that it's at least ripping of the ligament. That's going to be out for a while, for a long while.
Yeah, and shoulder injuries are lingering.
Yeah, and it's his throwing shoulder too. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. And so Gardner Minshew's going to be the quarterback lead that offense. And
I think that's an uptick for J-Train.
It's an uptick for Jonathan Taylor. It's an uptick for Zach Moss. It's an uptick for Josh Downs. Uptick for Pittman. Yeah, so yeah, it really is a good thing. This is not as far as football goes, terrible for Anthony Richardson. Please keep him in your prayers. But as far as football goes and fantasy football goes, it's a really good thing for those guys. And I'm telling you, man. I know that people are saying that Jonathan Taylor is going to get up to speed in a couple of weeks. I think that even when he does get up to speed, that if Zach Moss keeps playing the way that he's doing, it's impossible for them to sit him, because that's just not how sports works. Okay, where there's a guy that was having an argument about didn't want to play because he was throwing a fit about his contract, and this dude comes in and not only steps in for him, but is elite. He is fantastic. Zach Moss is, right? And then you have then you make amends with the other guy, who's now a guy you spent a lot of money on, okay? And you don't want to push him because you don't want him to get injured again, all right? So you have Zach Moss just keep going until Zach Moss has bad games. I'm putting him like on a 2 week. That's where, like, if he has one bad game, that's fine. 2 bad games, then that's whenever you have a problem. All right, because I think he's going to still be significant for fantasy.
I understand. You have Zach Moss, so you have a good read. I would like to provide a quick counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You can agree that Jim Irsay, owner of the Colts, is a fucking idiot and an asshole, right?
Okay.
He just paid Jonathan Taylor $42 million. He is guaranteed running him into the ground. I guess that's all. Only thing I'm trying to say is I know that he's going to try to get his money's worth out of him. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. I actually like that 2 week time period. I think that Jonathan Taylor is going to be on a snap count for the next 4 weeks. And then after that, he's going to come back. We're going to gradually see it. Right now, Zach Moss is here with my left hand and Jonathan Taylor's the right hand. Slowly, Jonathan Taylor is going to overcome. He's going to get the majority of the workload.
Okay, can you hear me, man?
I can.
Okay, yeah, because my battery. The reason why I'm looking around like a chicken right now is because I'm looking for my battery. Yeah, my battery's gone. Yeah, my microphone might go out on me. Yeah, and if that happens, then let me know. And then
let's hurry up. Then do we have any other Merry?
No, that's it. Let's go ahead and go to the news.
All right, time for our second segment. Time for our Gnews drop.
Gnews is good Gnews. You ain't got any blues if you ain't got any Gnews.
Ha!
Oh, hey-oh. Okay, yeah, I still can't find the battery. I only got one battery. The eye! Give back the eye! That's where I'm at right now. Austin Eckler, real quick. Austin Eckler said that he's 99% certain that he'll play Monday against the Cowboys. So that's really good. He sustained that ankle injury, so everybody's been waiting. We all figured this is the same thing with Aaron Jones. They sat him up to the bye week. First week after the bye week, bam, here he goes.
I just want to take a second and say, fuck the Cowboys. I'm glad y'all are doing miserable. I really hope it keeps happening.
Okay. The Atlanta Falcons traded for Los Angeles Rams receiver Van Jefferson. As part of the deal, the Falcons sent a 2025 6th round pick to the Rams for a 7th round selection in this year. Yeah. So thoughts on that?
I actually think this is really interesting news because the Rams have traded 2 wide receivers in 2 years, and neither of those receivers are Atwell or Puka. So what that means is that the Rams have a pretty good hit rate on wide receiver. Now, this might seem like a meaningless stat, but me, the Gut Marshal, I actually really like to pay attention to this shit. We have teams like the Steelers, the Vikings. Historically, they hit at wide receiver. So the Rams, they drafted both Atwell and Puka. That means they believe in both of those guys. They're going to be rolling with those guys as well as Cooper Kupp. Now, in terms of the fucking Falcons who traded for Van Jefferson, this isn't even fantasy irrelevant. This is like so irrelevant that we don't call it fantasy irrelevant. I mean, we're talking about a run first team's, I don't know, 3rd receiver at this point. They still have Drake London. They have Kyle Pitts. And they have Bijan Robinson. I know this sounds fucking crazy. They are going to throw to Bijan Robinson more than they're going to throw to Van Jefferson. So Van Jefferson is effectively the wide receiver 4 for his team after his tight end and his running back. I need you to understand that.
All right. Great diatribe.
And that's what you call a professional. What's the whenever you like talk?
Yeah, man. No.
Yeah,
it's all, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Got the battery in. We're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas is saved. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is it's interesting. What was funny was that I know that there was a report that Carolina Panthers said that they wanted to trade for a wide receiver 1, and when I
yeah, like their owners like on the phone like every day trying to get a wide receiver 1.
yeah, which is
yeah,
kind of an insult to the wide receivers that are there, but whatever. But it's not true. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
It's truth. It's real. Yeah. So anyway, so I was thinking like, I wonder if he went to Carolina, where like they think that Van Jefferson's a wide receiver 1. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I thought that was gonna happen, but no, man.
They sure got Chase Claypool.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you just kind of get extra. You know, you just get whatever you can. You get everywhere you can in this situation, and you move on because they weren't going to use him with they weren't really using him without Cooper Kupp. So yeah. Anyway, okay, all right. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the waiver wire. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go down, the different, quarterback. Let's start with quarterback. Let's do that. And okay, I'm gonna try to make this succinct, but I still like this format. But I'm gonna try to make it succinct. And this is somebody that's actually not rostered in a lot of leagues.
Sam Howell.
No, this guy completed 21 of his 37 passes for 222 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Eagles. Yes.
Oh man.
He benefited from the return of Kupp. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Matty Stafford is he's a sneaky quarterback right now. He's got 3 wide receivers he can sling it to. He's worth rostering, guys.
Yeah, plus he has Kyron Williams, and then he also has
Higbee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the second one you've already let's see. Yeah, this one the second one you've already kind of said, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna say his stats. Yeah, had his first career 300-yard passing game on Thursday Night Football. He completed 37 of his 51 passes for 388 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So he also notched
Sam Howell.
career. Yeah, you already said it. Career highs in completions, attempts, and completion percentage. Is this an outlier, or is this some the Chicago Bears defense? It cures a lot of ails. So so with Sam Howell, do you think this is something that will stay continued? Because remember, he's had a couple of down games too.
Honestly, I like Sam Howell. He's got, a better offensive coordinator. than he had last year, and he's got more weapons. I picked him up in one of my leagues. I picked him up solely for the purpose of subbing in for Josh Allen the week that Josh Allen is out. And I know you're asking, really, Sam Howell, why him? Well, in week 13, he's playing Miami, which is going to be a high-scoring matchup. So I'm banking on, him doing his best Josh Allen impersonation.
Okay, so you're saying that it's going to be high-flying, like a high-scoring game, so that's why you're wanting to pick him up?
Well, yeah, because he did really good against the Bears when the Bears scored a lot of points on him. He got a lot of garbage time points. I'm chasing garbage time points.
So you are comparing, in your mind, you're comparing the Miami defense to the Bears defense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I told you, man. Yeah, you're deep into something. I don't fucking know what it is. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
man, it's on the power. The power is on my side.
Okay. Yeah. I will tell you that I am a little on as far as that, like the whole. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that it's going to. He seems like he is like he's kind of hit or miss, and so
yeah,
and it makes me nervous. That makes me like nervous. So as far as like trying to say, with what Connor's saying, yeah, fine. I mean, come on, week 13. I mean, you're going to see stuff start to work itself out. The closer you get. You're so far away from week 13, dude. Who even knows if he's gonna be upright by then? So
yeah, he'd be face down in the grass.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that he did all that stuff, right? He did incredible, but it was Curtis Samuel who was the main guy. Not Terry McLaurin. He had a bad game, and just Jahan Dotson, that guy is not even worth roster. I mean, like, this is a waiver show. I'm recommending dropping him. What of it?
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a hot take. I think Curtis Samuel is the wide receiver 1 in Washington.
Dude, he's
the gadget guy. He gets the rushing attempts, and he had the most targets. He gets targeted in the red zone. He's a bigger build.
So, dude, 7 target. Okay, look, these are the 2 ones that it was him, Samuel, and Logan Thomas. 11 targets for Logan. So this was a breakout game for Sam Howell, but these 2 things happened, and it wasn't the 2 wide receivers. Okay, so you see what I'm getting at here is that something's off, something's not right. It was the considering. I mean, like, supposed to be on the depth chart, wide receiver 3 and the tight end are the ones that exploded. But the 2 main wide receivers didn't, and Jahan Dotson hasn't done anything all year long. Okay, I mean, like, like Connor was saying, this is week 5. He hasn't done crap. So all this stuff we're talking about, I would definitely drop Dotson for
Samuel,
KJ Osborne. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, because there's no hope in there. There's no hope with Dotson. Or the hope is unfounded.
Would you drop Dotson for Dobbs?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So we have our line.
What? You would drop Dotson for Dobbs? Yeah, I would drop Dotson to pick up Dobbs. Yes.
No, I was just being
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Dude, I'm not even gonna do this. Okay, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, because I
do it.
No. Okay, fine. Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew. Okay, what do you think about picking him up, dude? I mean, he completed 57 of 88 passes for 503 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Look, bro, he's a rental.
Yes.
So,
or is he? Is he a rental? Is he?
It's one of those things where if you need a rental, hell yeah, pick him up. But if you don't need a rental, why are you pick him up? If the timeline where Richardson's going to be out and he's going to be in, it lines up with like a bye week issue or something you have, then yeah, that's a no-brainer. Some of these bye week issues that you're going to be making, they're not good fucking sexy moves that you feel smart about, or like, oh, you go listen to a show, that's what they tell you what to do. But if you have a fucking bye week and you need to pick someone up right now before they get picked up by someone else, fucking do that shit. That's how fantasy football works. That's like an unspoken rule.
How long do you think Anthony Richardson will be out? Just give me a guess. I'm not going to put your toes to the fire.
I think he's gonna get injured again.
Okay.
I think they're gonna put him back in, and he's gonna get injured again.
Okay. So you're saying that Gardner Minshew, it'll be like maybe like a week off, week here or there that he won't play, but basically he's going to take more snaps under center than Richardson will this year. Correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna be transparent with you. I think Anthony Richardson's stupid. I think he doesn't understand how much he needs to protect his body. I think he's going to go back out there at some point this season. He's going to get fucking injured again. I think it's going to take him until at least year 2 to realize he needs to not get injured so much.
So which defense do you like better? Or concerns you more? Miami's defense or Tennessee's defense?
I feel like Tennessee, but I also feel like that's the wrong answer. I don't know. I just see Miami like score a lot of points, and then I guess because they score so many points, like they kind of ease up and like they let the other opponents score points, but they don't strike me as like a top 5 defense.
So you're more scared of Tennessee?
Well, historically, from what I currently, the mental picture I have in my brain is that they have a good run defense. They have stout run defense. That might be.
Okay.
That might be
but
old information.
So no, but you can pass on them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is good for a quarterback. Week 13, the Colts play the Tennessee.
Oh man. I mean, shit. I would still play Howell. I would still play Sam Howell over Gardner Minshew.
Okay.
I would probably play Jared Goff. I have Jared Goff rostered too, so Jared Goff is my safety.
Why do you have that other? What a waste of a roster spot. Fine, go ahead.
Because there's no one else worth having.
Okay, all right, good enough.
When there's no one else worth having, I always pick up a backup kicker or a backup defense or a backup quarterback.
Okay.
Just because I can, because I have to do something.
Well, I mean, dude, you might as well do something with that roster spot. Don't just let it sit there. That's stupid.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's move on to running back. All right. So, okay. Well, this guy is my pickup. This is the pickup of the week. Rashawn Johnson. I was gonna start doing things, but
really,
yes, Rashawn Johnson. Absolutely.
You're feeling spicy.
No, I'm not. It's. I'm feeling obvious, and let me tell you why. Okay, because he might be out this coming up week, but there is a better than average chance that he does. I forgot which player it was, but he was knocked out on Thursday night, and he came back to play the Monday night, I think, but he was cleared before then. So because he got knocked out early Sunday night or Thursday night, and they have like a mini bye week, and they play again on Sunday. There's a higher than average chance for Rashawn Johnson to be back by next week, and if not by next week, absolutely by week 7.
And that alone is your reason for him being the number 1 ahead of the Cardinals running back?
No. Let me finish. That's just one reason, man. Okay. All right. He was amazing at the beginning of the year. Okay. He was. His biggest problem was having to share with.
Brian, your audio cut out. I still can't hear you. Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I was testing it. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, folks, technical difficulties, but we're back, and
So-
we haven't really missed anything, really.
So basically, he had a chance to take. Rashawn Johnson was almost overtaking Khalil Herbert after the Denver game. Then Herbert got used a lot in the Denver game because that's how they usually used him. Was that when they were behind, Rashawn Johnson was the pass catching back, so he got used a lot. And whenever they were ahead, they used Khalil Herbert. That's why he got used a lot. And then he did so well in Denver that they decided to go ahead and give him the start last week, right? And
Well, he's got a really cool name.
okay, Khalil Herbert, yeah, and
No, Roshan.
okay, no. And so, but Rashawn Johnson, the reason why he was not, of course, he got knocked out with the concussion we talked about, and what I'm telling you is that he has a chance to take over if he plays very well while Khalil Herbert is out, and he could win the number 1 spot away from Herbert and be the RB1 for the Chicago Bears. Okay, Deonta Foreman, I think he's a trap. I'm not worried about him at all. If anything, he would have he'd be valuable this coming up week only if Rashawn Johnson play. But Rashawn Johnson's going to be the main guy whenever he's back. That's why I would put him above it because in my opinion, he's in a better situation than Mercado is because I don't even know if it's not going to be running back by committee once Tony Jones Jr. gets up. I don't even know if they're going to bring in a retread or they're going to trade for somebody. All right, so his tenure, he's an undrafted free agent. They have nothing invested in him. They signed him off the the practice squad or whatever, right? I mean, not saying he's bad. He looked good to me. I'm just saying that the team, if they have ability to put in somebody like a veteran, they're going to put that in more than they would an undrafted free agent. Just that's how it works most of the time. And so to me, I think that Rashawn Johnson is a more stable situation than Mercado's. And so that's why I would put him above
I got you.
Demercado.
I got you.
Yeah. But Demercado is right next behind. I mean, he's and also it must be mentioned a couple things is that Rashawn Johnson might not be in your league. I mean, because he's been a thing. Like I said, he almost took over the starting spot of Khalil Herbert. So if he had a spot to play with, you might have put that guy in there. So he might not be there. So these ones that the Demercado would be the top of the heap. Oh, if and I would definitely check and see if Zach Moss is there. Because I'm a Zach Moss manager, and in Yahoo, when they start saying people are dropping, I think it topped out like at 50,000 teams dropped Zach Moss last week after the news of Jonathan Taylor. So he would be somebody that I would want to pick up too. I would put him above, underneath Rashawn Johnson and above Demercado, in my opinion. Anything more you want to say about Demercado? I mean, you have a bid for him or a waiver wire.
I have a bid for him in my
You know what?
my salary league.
How about this? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Tell me why Demercado should be above Sean Johnson.
Because Justin Fields is the running back 1 for the Bears, first and foremost. Also, just because it's less cut and dry of a situation for me. And Roshan's a rookie. So, I know you're thinking, ooh, right? Here, look. He's one fumble. He's one missed pass block assignment away from getting benched. That's fucking true, dude. That shit happens.
You believe that? You believe that?
I believe if Roshan is the starting running back and he fumbles the ball next week, even if they keep him in, like I've said before on this show, that's going to fuck with his mentality. It's not good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to invalidate everything that you're saying. If Roshan is available, especially if I don't even remember his name. If the Cardinals running back isn't available.
You're arguing for him,
what's his
dude.
name?
You're arguing.
What's his name?
You're arguing for him. Holy
What's his name?
Vote. I don't know.
What's his fucking name? What's his name?
Emari demercado.
Emari, okay.
Demercado.
Well, he had to pick a fucking. Both of his names are hard to remember. Amari Demercado. He couldn't have a fucking Johnson or Steve in there.
I don't know, man.
Or anything. Amari Demercado. Okay. If he isn't available, yeah, get Roshan. But me personally, I would pick Amari just because. The Cardinals' offense they've been like a one running back system. The Bears haven't really been that.
Yeah, man. I'm really concerned about a like demercado. Look, demercado was used from passing situations, and Keontae Ingram had a neck injury. That's why he was in there to run the ball. Now they have Tony Jones Jr. If Ingram is healthy, they brought up Corey Clement, from the practice squad. So they're loading up, man. That does not smell to me like they're confident in this one guy. All they brought up from Chicago was they signed somebody to the practice squad, and then they have.
You know what? You're right, Brian. I'm right. You're right. I'm pivoting. Roshan is the move.
Well, that doesn't make things exciting.
No, but that's what this show is. Shall we move on to wide receivers?
Yeah, because there's unless you want to talk.
Not a lot.
What about Jeff Wilson Jr.? Any idea on him?
Oh man, he's done been added because you could just have him for nothing in your IR slot.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, Chuba.
If he's available in your league and you haven't picked him up yet, shame on you. How the fuck are you listening to this show and you haven't picked him up yet?
Last one. Because the other ones I think are roster. Because I wouldn't have. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is like on a timeshare with Stevenson, but
he's on my watch list.
He's not on any list on my part, man. Because I mean, in fact, I traded for Stevenson after all this stuff because it was a blowout. Okay, so they're not going to put Ramondre out there that much, and that whole offense Bill Belichick said that we're starting over, and whenever asked to elaborate, he says we are starting over from the and basically meaning that the whole game plan is not working, so they're reevaluating everything. All right.
Oh wow, you just did a trade. I just saw
that. And so the
it's pretty fair trade.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I wanted to get out of the Madison business.
I mean, they both suck.
Well,
I don't mean to sound mean, but they both suck right now.
Yeah. The trade was I trade Alexander Madison for Ramondre Stevenson. I did that because there's hope with Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson has done it before. All right, Alexander Madison is having a fumbling problem, and he went 50-50 snaps with Cam Akers this past week in a competitive game. Okay, so it wasn't like the New England situation where they were blown out. So why would you put Ramondre Stevenson in there if he's already kind of dinged up a little bit and he's the future? Because he still has 2 years left on his 4-year contract that he signed 2 years ago. So yeah, man, he's a valuable to that team. And I could see Bill Belichick looking at it and say, hey, you know what we're not doing? We're not throwing to Ramondre Stevenson. How about we start doing that? And I bet you that will start working because we won games last year doing that. So dummy, B.O.B., Bill O'Brien, put this stuff in your cleft chin. Throw it to Ramondre Stevenson.
I really hope that the Patriots keep doing bad so Bill O'Brien gets fired again.
Yeah, so that's why I did that. But you're real quick, you're Miles Sanders manager, Chuba Hubbard. He's Hubbard barely.
He's not worth adding. He's just worth enough to fuck over my hopes and dreams.
There you go. Thank you. I agree with you on that.
Fuck you, Hubbard.
I agree with you on that. I
hope you get fired just like Bill O'Brien.
Yeah. Okay. And let's just let's just move on to tight end or wide receiver. Joshua Palmer, I think is already we've already gone down in that. Let's talk about how about this dude? This is a 3rd round rookie. Okay, he's the highest graded wide receiver. Okay, on his team this season, and he paces the team in yards per route run. Yeah, his target rate has been significantly higher in games where Gardner Minshew has played. He has a 24.2% target rate in weeks 2 and 3 and 5 combined, compared to a 12.9% rate in weeks and 4. Who is that?
Dobbs.
No, Romeo Dobbs is on the Packers.
I thought there was a guy with that name on the Colts too.
Nope.
What's his name?
Josh Downs.
So it goes Dins, but it's just a couple different letters. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Okay,
Yeah,
hey man. Okay, I'm gonna start spelling your name with an ER then. It's just one letter.
Okay. You know what? Point taken.
Okay.
Point taken.
Gotcha. All right.
You got me.
Yeah. So keep in mind this guy's playing second fiddle to Pittman. Okay. And so this is I do think this guy's a worthy pickup. I like Josh Downs. But there's just something about I don't know. Is it from last year, Connor? Like the stink from last year makes me not believe in the Colts. Is that what it is? Because it's just hard for me to believe in passing options for the Colts.
I mean, it's hard to believe in anything when the owner is Jim Irsay.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? You know, that sounds snotty, but he's not wrong. Okay. Because,
Yeah, it's like you don't want to go to a restaurant that's owned by a guy that throws shit at people in his neighborhood. This is bad juju.
I wouldn't want that either. Yeah.
That's what Jim Irsay is. He throws shit at the people in his neighborhood. That's what the kind of owner he is.
Yeah. It's just I think that if you have a roster spot, play with it. Yeah. See what happens. I just
play with it, but I think it would be a benchable player. I don't think it would be a startable player.
Do we need to talk more about KJ Osborne? I mean, I have some stats on it, but I mean, do you want me?
No, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Look, like if you need a stopgap, if you need a wide receiver, pay attention to Justin Jefferson. If he sits out the week, start Osborne if you really need him. Do you have better options at this point? I mean, what? Jacoby Myers isn't on waivers. Tutu Atwell is not waivers. Who are you going to pick up?
Dobbs. Would you do Dobbs? Like remember we're comparing Dobbs to
Dobbs or Downs?
Yeah, Dobbs or Downs.
Dobbs syndrome or Down syndrome? I would choose. I would go for Downs, man.
Downs,
so bad.
Yeah.
I would go for I'm going with Downs all day, baby.
Okay. All right. I don't know, man. It's TBD with Romeo Dobbs. You know, he showed
neither of them are good options. It's not like one of them's a good option.
Okay. I don't know, man. I
Dobbs syndrome or Down syndrome.
You know what? I'm gonna back Romeo Dobbs. I'm gonna back him because you're
gonna back your boy.
The preseason rhetoric was correct. You know, he was even whenever Watson was healthy, Dobbs was the main target. Then whenever the season started, Dobbs was the main target. This might have been a new toy syndrome. You know, I don't know, man. I just don't give up. I don't want to give up on Romeo Dobbs whenever in our league he went 20 points, 20.6, 20 points, and then 2. So inconsistent for sure.
You know what he's gonna do next week?
It's gonna be Denver.
20 points.
Well, no, next week
20 points.
Next week will be 0. Yeah, because he's on a bye. But
you know what? After that,
it'll be Denver. Yeah. So
20 points.
So see, I mean why would you? I mean, try.
Romeo Dobbs will score exactly 20 points the next time he plays football.
Oh, that'd be great.
You heard it here first.
That'd be great. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Start him.
Yeah, well, I might. Yeah.
Blame me if it goes wrong.
Last season on KJ Osborne, yeah, man, he put together like a 10-catch, 157-yard, 1-touchdown performance in Week 15, and a 5-catch, 117-yard performance in Week 18. So he's capable of doing it. But this year, yeah,
he's capable of making people idiotically drop Justin Jefferson. He's a crazy guy.
No, that was Rondell Moore that did. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, no, I won't forget that. That was an amazingly dumb move.
Shout out to Brian's nephew dropping Justin Jefferson in like the 3rd week.
Yeah, that was like his rookie year. So anyway, but so far, Osborne has yet to have a game with more than 50 receiving yards, and his 12.3% target rate ranks 5th lowest among wide receivers with at least 150 routes run. Okay, the reason why I wanted to throw that out there before we move on, I know that we're camping on this for a long time. It's just that everybody's excited. They're thinking like, oh, put Osborne in and you're going to get Jefferson numbers. No, he's moving over to the receiver slot. Absolutely. But we'll see. We'll see what that means. And like we discussed at the top of the show, there's a real possibility, everybody, that Kirk Cousins is wearing a different jersey. Yeah, so Zay Jones, Quentin Johnson, Jaden Reed. I mean, these are guys keep popping up. Any interest in them?
No, not really.
Jamison Williams. How about that? I mean, no Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know, Josh Reynolds wasn't 100%. You know, it actually was all Laporta. You know, basically, or mainly Laporta.
Here's Laporta and Dave Montgomery.
So,
yeah, as an Amon-Ra St. Brown manager in every one of my leagues, I'm a little worried. I'm a little excited.
He's coming back. He's coming back this week.
No, I'm not worried about the injury. I'm worried about his monopoly on targets becoming less of a monopoly and more of a polyamory type situation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Logan Thomas on tight ends. I mean, he's a guy that you can pick up. I mean, I just mentioned earlier, he got 11 targets. Anytime you see that with the tight end, you know, tight end stinks. And so that's always would be a good pickup, in my opinion. Luke Musgrave, see if people rage drops him. You know, he's still, I mean, he was a top 10 fantasy tight end over the last 3 weeks this season. So if you have him, don't drop him. But if somebody drops him, go get him if you need a tight end. Yeah. Jonnu Smith is somebody. Is he relevant? I mean, he gained 162 receiving yards over the past 2 weeks, which is the most among tight ends this season.
What fucking team does he even play for?
Really? Are you a Texans fan?
Jonnu Smith plays for the Texans?
Wow. That's what I gotta say right now.
Okay.
Wow.
No, fuck you. He's the backup tight end for the Texans.
He is?
The Texans, yeah.
Really?
Johnny Smith?
Is that your final answer? Mr. Fantasy Analyst?
You know what? This fucking fantasy analyst does better when he ignores shit. So yeah, sue me. I don't know what team Jonnu Smith.
So you're gonna ignore the most receiving yards over the past 2 weeks in fantasy football.
2 of my leagues don't have a tight end position. We have double flex. Why the fuck would I care what a tight end is?
Because you are a fantasy analyst.
The other league I'm in, I have Mark Andrews. Why do I need to look at tight ends?
Okay. So but still, okay, that's fine. That is a fine. Well, it's not a good argument, but it's okay. But you're a Texans fan. You should know all the players on your freaking team.
You know what? I know the good ones. Stroud, Pierce, Nico Collins, Tank Dell.
So you would say that, again, the 162 receiving yards over the past 2 weeks, which is the most among tight ends, you say that's ignorable and that's not good.
Yeah, because you know who else they have on that team? Dalton Schultz. The Texans historically have a multi-tight... No. This is true. Go look this up.
Okay,
the Texans have multiple tight ends that they use, and those tight ends randomly score sporadically. You don't know which one it's going to be. The Texans have Dalton Schultz. They fucking paid him. He's not going anywhere.
So, I would agree with you 100% that there's definitely a larger chance of Stroud throwing to Schultz. You will not get an argument from me because Jonnu Smith plays for the Falcons.
You asshole! You let me go in this hole, man. You know what pisses me off? The second you said that, I remember. Oh yeah, because I'll watch the Falcons and I'll see Jonnu Smith on the Falcons. I'll be like, he's on the fucking Falcons now? You know what, though? My point remains, because the Falcons still have another tight end ahead of Jonnu Smith, and he's better than Dalton Schultz.
I couldn't stop that, dude. I had to let you dig that hole, man. I'm sorry, mate. It was so delicious. That was me. I was not being a good friend. I apologize. I was not being a good friend.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
No, that was good. That was good radio.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that actually ends the waiver wire unless you have somebody else to talk about. One thing I did want to talk about before we put an end, I'm gonna say some names. You tell me if these guys you should be dropped, and if whatever your decision is, just give a little bit of analysis as to why. Just real quick, okay? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I would probably pick him up if the other running backs we've talked about today aren't on waivers.
Okay, the question is he droppable?
No, I don't think he's.
Like, since you're so in love with DeMarcado or Rashawn Johnson, we're about on the same level.
If neither of those guys are available,
no.
hold on to him.
No.
But drop him for those guys.
Yeah, we'll use those guys as the high water mark, okay? Dalvin Cook.
Oh, God. I want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Okay. Damian Harris.
More like Damian Schmaris. No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to go... Let's try to do cross position. So I guess we used Romeo Dobbs, so this is one. So Romeo Dobbs and or Michael Gallup.
Fuck Dobbs, because at least he showed glimpses of being an RB1. You know Gallup isn't,
Yeah. Yeah, okay, and tight end, Chig Conquo.
He can chig my Conquo.
Would you drop the Texans tight end for Chig?
Yeah, I would drop Jonnu Smith, Texas tight end for Chig Conquo.
What a great moment, dude. I appreciate that, man. Good man. Yeah. Yeah, what about how about Alexander Madison? How you feeling about that guy?
I would trade him for Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay. But not droppable. Would you drop him for those guys, the DeMarcado or Rashawn Johnson? Because
yeah, I would drop him.
Okay.
I would drop him for those guys.
What if I told you that there's a chance that they might go more run heavy?
What if I told you that I fucking don't believe in Madison?
Okay, that makes sense. And we're not gonna do. Okay, one thing that I don't ever want, like, there's situations where you sell high. Okay, but be smart. Like, don't try to be like, if Alexander Madison has a good outing, like, to try to see if, I guess you could try to sell him high, but like somebody like Zach Moss, okay? If you have somebody that believes him, like me, like, I would be a good person you could sell him to, okay? Because I believe that Zach Moss is gonna be fantasy relevant for the rest of his for whole of fantasy for the rest of the season, as long as it's healthy. But the majority, what's the majority thought on Zach Moss, Connor?
Start him.
Well, no, but he's an asset that's about to die. He's dying on the vine, correct? Yeah. So whenever you're trading everybody, make sure to keep that in mind. That even though, like, how I feel, that I feel like I would buy into Zach, but I'm probably like 10% of the players, 90% won't. So just make sure and keep an eye out for that. That's just something I wanted to point out because I just have a note here to talk about that. Okay, so yeah, let's move on real quick. Shooter cease fire. For Thursday night. This is not a hard one. It seems like it should be easy ones each time. Last one was hard. I think we got that wrong. I know I got it wrong with Brian Robinson Jr. and sitting Justin Fields and DJ Moore. That was me. Yes, yeah.
You said sit DJ Moore.
Oh yeah. Dude, you're not here. This is what happens when you're not here. Okay? Yeah, when you're not here, this is what the show happens. This is what happens. So you need to be here. Yeah, I go crazy, man. I don't have anybody to wrangle me in.
I don't know if you guys figured this out yet, but I started DJ Moore last week, so you should listen to me. So we got Thursday Night Football.
Where does Johnny Smith play again? Yeah, and how do you pronounce the guy from the Cardinals? How do you pronounce?
Look, man,
Yeah.
I don't need to know that shit.
Yeah,
All I
listen to
need to know is who you start.
No,
man. I got that shit,
Dude,
motherfucking
okay.
right. So we got fucking Thursday night football, man. We got the Broncos at the Chiefs. This isn't that hard. So really, honestly, truly, the biggest question is, does Kelsey play? I think we're starting Mahomes regardless. We're starting Pacheco regardless. I think all of Kansas City outside of the defense and the kickers is irrelevant for this game. Can we agree on that?
On Kansas City?
Yes.
So if Travis Kelce doesn't play, you're not into like getting Noah Gray or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. It's interesting. Yeah,
I mean, look, if you have a tight end on bye or something, you have a tight end that's injured and you need a tight end, yeah, sure, but that ain't me.
If Kelsey plays, do you start him?
Yeah.
Right now the sports line. Well, actually, let's finish with let's talk about Denver. There's not really. I know me personally. I don't. On Denver side, the only one that I would be like somewhat interested in is Jaleel McLaughlin. Jerry Jeudy. I'd be interested in Jerry Jeudy. But anybody else?
No, not really.
What's your thoughts on McLaughlin? I'm a manager, so I'm a little biased.
He's a running back, right?
Yeah.
For the Broncos.
That's correct.
I mean, they're just a sinking ship, but yeah, I tried picking him up a few weeks ago. He's definitely a hold. Don't drop him.
Oh, I'm excited about him. There was talk about the team is blowing up. The players are feared that they're about to blow up the team. You know that there's a change happening, right? And so with that in mind, that means that they're probably going to sit Javonte Williams so that he'll be healthy for next year, and then that means that Jaleel McLaughlin would probably be the main guy. So you would have. I know it's not the best offense, but you still have an electric rookie starting on a NFL team. So I would be happy with them. I'm wondering like if another like if the Jets would call for they're not gonna call for Watson for Wilson. Sorry, they're not gonna do that, and I don't think
there's not enough money.
That's right, and there's too much of a, like you said, there's too much of a commitment long term to Wilson, where they are needing to have Rodgers' ego to be okay with the fact if they bring somebody in that he's not going to threaten them next year, which that's Kirk Cousins because he's on his last. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. No. 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 Yeah. Couple things. The over/under 47.5 points. With the Chiefs favored by 10.5 points, and right now there's a 61% chance of rain. It's 61 degrees and 17-mile-an-hour wind, but it's supposed to get progressively worse overnight as far as the weather goes in Kansas City. So there's a chance, it's a timing issue. So there's a chance that this weather, if any weather at all, might move like later. It might miss the game altogether or just come in at. So I just wanted to point that out. But no, that's it. That's all I got.
Love is all I got.
Yikes.
You remember that.
You know what that always means? It means it's time to end the show. So all right, so I want to thank everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the content that we provided, please hit the like and the subscribe button and let us know that you're liking the show. Make sure to hit that bell because you get all types of shows. We do 2 shows a week. We do sniper episodes. We do shorts. We do all types of stuff. We give you nothing but a bunch of fantasy knowledge to try to help you out and help you make the best decision for your team. If you haven't yet, make sure and check out Connor's book, You Know Too Much. I also want to thank High Volume Music Radio. Yeah, man. You can check them out on highvolumemusicradio.com or on the free High Volume Music Radio app. And check out my show, my radio show, Drive on High Volume Music Radio. It's Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian every from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Thursday. So, again, highvolumemusicradio.com. You want to talk fantasy? Just it's an interactive show, so feel free to call. I'll be more than happy to talk with you or answer any questions you have or to defend any positions that I've made. So make sure and check it out. So on behalf of Connor the Gut Marshall and me, your humble host, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, I want to thank you for watching. We hope that this year is even better year than last. Party shots.
Don't give up on trading. I've been doing a lot of trades in all of my leagues. I've made 2 trades in my league that I'm in with Brian, his league that he owns, the Freedom League. I made 2 trades, 2 good trades. I think I've come out on top on both of those trades. And I've done the same thing in my salary league. I've come out on top on both of those trades. So just keep trying to do trades, man. Keep trying to make pickups and keep trying to do moves. And don't just dawdle and kind of sit on your hands, for the next couple weeks. Be active, week in, week out. Always be doing something.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to sit there and use my time to brag about TBD. So so what I will say is this is trade season. Okay, I agree with Connor on the trade. So let's talk about something.
Oh, real original final shot.
If you get a trade that you don't like, please either reject the trade or send a counter. All right. If you want to mull it over a bit, then please just contact the person, send that sent the offer, and let them know. Don't just ignore the offer if you don't like it. That's just a jerk move. Okay, so please, whenever the trades are happening, if you don't like it, just reject it, or off, don't let it sit there. That doesn't help anybody, and you're not, teaching somebody a lesson or whatever you might think, whatever the case may be. It's just a jerk move. So make sure you respect your teammates. That's it. Yeah, that's my final party shot. So let's end this with Connor. Help me out. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football, as in life,
don't dream it.
Be it. Trying to get on my parting shot and make it look stupid, but it's a grilled thing. Yeah, it was honorable.